Following our daily feast reflections that are to be used between the fourth Sunday of Advent and Christmas Eve. A reflection by Patrick W.T. Johnson. On Christmas Day, 1531, Martin Luther preached from the Christmas story at the morning service and from Isaiah chapter 9, verse 6 at the afternoon service. He began the afternoon sermon by quickly recalling that the congregation had heard the Christmas story earlier in the day. He told them that they would not hear it again. Rather, they would learn how to make use of it. Luther then turned to the words of the prophet Isaiah, "For a child has been born for us, a son given to us." As you reflect on this text for Christmas Eve, you may wish to begin with Luther's insight and explore what Isaiah's prophecy says about the significance of Christ's birth for us. Isaiah works with a rich mixture of metaphors and patches them together like a quilt of images. Light shining in darkness, tramping boots and bloody garments, a child who is a father and a prince. Let Isaiah's images play in your mind. Perhaps think of them as swings that take you back and forth between the text and your context. A reflection on Psalm 96 by E. Lane Alderman Jr. It is Christmas Eve, and the pews are full of worshipers who have come to sing the comfortable old songs of their past. Into the quiet of this night has come a new song. It brings an invitation of grace. The Lord is King. The world is firmly established. It brings a call to faithfulness as well. He will judge the world with righteousness and the peoples with his truth. A reflection on Titus chapter 2 verses 11 to 14 by David J. Wood. What a wonderful call to worship for Christmas Eve, for the grace of God has appeared, bringing salvation to all. It echoes the angelic announcements found in the reading from Luke. However, the text takes a turn we're not used to taking on Christmas Eve, training us to renounce impiety and worldly passions, and in the present age, to live lives that are self-controlled, upright, and godly. The reading from Titus reminds us that the salvation being announced has direct and immediate implications for our lives. The offer of a good life is intrinsic to the appearance of this grace. A reflection on Luke chapter 2, verses 1 to 20 by Daniel Harris. For weeks, television advertisements have told us how we ought to feel this night. We ought to feel warm and loving, especially if we've spent a small fortune on gifts for our family and friends. We hope that most in our congregation this night do feel great peace and joy, but let us take care not to presume. Some may come to church this night dealing with the death of a loved one, worrying about mounting financial debts, or struggling with tensions in their relationships. The good news from the scriptures this night is more powerful than the pain that some may bring. A response to our reflections this day. A child has been born for you. A son has been given. How will you respond? Let us pray. God of grace, we thank you that there is always reason for praise. Your world is fully established.